No. No, 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 no. Don't give it up now. 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 Where's the grid? Hello everybody, welcome back to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Gran Turismo 2. Now this time, we're in North City. I've had a look at the German Nationals and checked the power limits here because that's the next championship we're going into to finish the regionals. 216 horsepower is the limit for the first race, then it's about 295 and then it's like over 400. And I've had a little bit of looking around because I know that it can take me a while to choose a car from these places. And what I've decided to go for is, in fact, the Opel Vectra GSI 2.5 litre V6. It's 192 horsepower, 36 grand, but it's still a mega cool car. Really cool bit of kit. Front wheel drive, so we know it's nice and stable. And there's a further reason that I am buying this car. It does actually tick off one of the cars on the list here, as you will see, but not technically. You'll see what I mean eventually. But anyway, what we're going to do is jump straight over to the championship itself. No mods to this car. We're just going to take it in as is, see how it gets on in the first race. All three of them taking part at Deep Forest. Taking place at Deep Forest, I should say. Now, I did look at the Mercedes and the BMWs, and they're just all very expensive. They're over 40 grand for a Mercedes, over 50 grand for BMWs, and I wanted a Vectra. Call me John Cleland. As you can see, it's going well. Then again, at least it's not one of those Astras in that colour. What on earth is that? Again, front-wheel drive, though, just drags itself around. I like that. Feels good. Exhaust's gone a bit funny. What's happening there? Oh, it's rendering the top of the exhaust, isn't it? Through the bonnet. Bumper. That bit. Voice is going funny. Help. Brake. A friend of mine used to have a Vectra. I'm pretty sure it was a GSI, but I'm sure he put a Saab turbo engine in it. I don't think it was the standard engine. I think he engine swapped it for a Saab. It was definitely a Saab engine, but I'm not sure which exact one is. Whoa, understeer. Well, we're going to get overtaken here, but we know we've got a bit of pace. That felt alright around there, you know. It was a little bit understeery, but felt pretty good. Let's see how it goes around the last corner. Bit of a lift, but no, that was good. That was good. Still leading. Now, it's just hit me. I'm looking at the front of this car, and I see an Opel badge on it. Can you get Vauxhalls in the UK in this game? No, I don't think you can you? Because North City is Opel. Basically, it can become quite important if you get the wrong type of car, if that makes sense. So there's certain specific cars on this list that are still blanked out, but I need specific versions of them for something to work, and I'll explain more as we get to it. I'm sure some of you know by now, but please, if you know, don't spoil it. If you have contact with me directly, though, feel free to message me and take a guess, because it'd be interesting to see if anyone knows what's going on. I have to press down so hard on my A button on this controller. I spend a lot of time on Rocket League, so I think I've battered the button far enough in that it can't withstand the pressure anymore, which would seem a bit strange for a controller that's nearly 150 quid. Anyway, this car's worth more than 150 quid, and it's driving into a wall. No. No, 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 don't give it up now. 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 Where's the grid? Oh my god. We nearly got beaten by a purple Beetle. Can you imagine that? Still, it's a win, and I'm very happy with that. 60 thousandths of a second. Jesus. I just want to point out one really cool thing on this car is those little vents there on the front bumper. They look seriously cool. I really, really like that. It's always something I liked on the real car as well. 4 grand in the pot. Not quite the 30 odd that we spent on the car, but still. And I know, actually, harking back to a previous episode where I said I was going to get rid of that TVR Speed 6, I'm not going to at this point, just in case we need it again. I know we've got 82 grand and we've been spending a lot of our time sort of flirting around the 100 grand mark, and you maybe think, oh, Chaz, why would you spend this much money on this sort of car? But it's worth doing just to get these championships done, because we've got the money to play with. Why wouldn't you? You know, I'm one of those people that truly believes, you know, if you want something, say you get £1,000 and you want something that's 800 quid, I'd buy the 800 quid thing, because you have to live for the moment, enjoy yourself, and that sort of helps apply to this game, I guess. We've put an exhaust on it, we've put tyres on it. We're going to make it lighter because it did feel a bit heavy during that race. We're going to do 2 stages of weight reduction. We need to do the good old flywheel mod as well. And then I think we're going to do the suspension as well. 1,000 credits for the flywheel. Twin plate clutch, less than 3 grand. We'll go for that. I still don't quite know how clutches work, you know. Something I wasn't really ready to admit, but I don't really know how clutches work. 7.5 grand on suspension, and she's ready to go. Okay. Actually, we didn't get much power out of that, did we? Oh, well, extra little bit won't hurt. We're still under the horsepower bracket of the first race, though. That doesn't give me much confidence. Well, 244 brake for 4.5 grand. Yeah, go on then. Right, now we'll go. We've spent a lot of money on this. We've spent a lot of money on this car. Actually, we're quite close to the limit in this one. 295 horsepower. The last one's over 400, so that's going to be a bit more of a struggle. And you don't win cars for these races, so we'll have to just wait and see, I guess. Okay. Wow. Suddenly, she sounds serious. That's mega. Got another one next to us. Doesn't sound as good as this one, though, does it? Wow, it's flat. It's so flat. It's so flat. Oh, my God. The way that handle around there... I don't know why I turned into Mickey Mouse for a second there. The way that handle around there felt fantastic. The high revs and the high-pitched noise of the engine there makes it sound like it's going a lot faster than it is. Let's watch the tree disappear. Oop, there it goes. Oh, I like this. This feels good. Cool car. Very cool car. Fast car. I'm a bit worried for the final race, though, because I imagine there's a number of German cars like Mercedes and BMWs that have got a bucket load of power to throw at that final race round here. And here, power is quite important, to be honest with you. Although we're doing all right. I love Deep Forest. It's so cool. It's very difficult. It's hard to know exactly the best line to go through all of it. The way that the corners flow into one another as well make it a real challenge, because you've got all this grass on the inside that can really upset the car. Whoa. Car could have upset itself as well by the look of it at certain points. Whoop. Had to flick it left a little bit there just to make sure I didn't hit the rock face. Well, this has been a bit of a boring race, admittedly, because we've taken the lead early on and driven away with it, but I don't mind, in all honesty. Might not be the most exciting for you guys to watch, and I appreciate that you stick with it, but we need to make this progress, as I keep saying, and to be able to make it as quickly as we are doing is really good, considering how difficult this game seemed at the start, and has been still difficult in certain stages, it must be said. That will do. Get in. I like that Vectra a lot. Big fan of that. Not sure on the colour of that BMW. Flipping heck. So one more to go. And I'm, like I say, very, very nervous about this power difference. I don't know if we should do anything more to it. I don't really want to turbo it or anything. How much is the next stage of NA tune-up? 12.5 to get to 273 horsepower. Oh my. Look at the difference in money for an extra 30 horsepower. Can you do any of these sorts of things? Engine balancing? I don't know any cars you can increase the displacement of. But let's just check what turboing it does, because why not? Oh, you can't turbo it. Interesting. So I imagine, yeah, you can't fit an intercooler either. All right, then. Well, it looks like we know what we're going to do, doesn't it? We're going to go for that NE tune-up. Throw 12.5 grand at it, just to get it a little bit higher up the bracket. We've lightweighted the thing. It's got decent tyres on it. Don't know what more we could ask for, really. The brakes felt good. The exhaust sounds good. Sod it! We'll go back to Deep Forest, shall we? Will the Vectra conquer a field of cars up to 443 horsepower? Not too sure myself. Why did I click that? No! No! Okay, there's an RUF there, and I forgot about them. A rough Porsche, basically. And an Audi S4. We might struggle against these, to be honest with you. Who picks the colour of these cars, though? There's a BMW 850. There's two of them. Not 100% confident here. However, I think front-wheel drive handling might save me here and make it a lot easier for me to drive than it is for them. I mean, we're leading at the moment. They may be more powerful cars, but they're heavier and, as a result, less nimble than the Vectra. That seems like such an odd sentence, doesn't it? My Vectra is more nimble than your Audi TT and your Porsche. But it is, look at it. Fantastic. Bye! This car's been a right little revelation, hasn't it? It's been probably one of my favourite cars that we've actually got throughout the whole thing. I mean, we love Elaine, but this Vectra's been great. I mean, we've not won the race yet, but still. This is where the difference is going to creep in. But still, it's quite subtle difference, isn't it? We're still doing 130 mile an hour in the Vectra, and it's just so flat and so planted. Oh, that sounded good off the Limited, didn't it? Yes, big fan of everything that's going on right now. The sounds, the sights, the circuit. This is all really good. Listen. Just got to keep it tidy around the last few corners, and then that's it. Another very straightforward series. Oh, that's probably the best I've ever done that corner as well. Off into the sunset goes the Vectra. 3 out of 3. Fantastic. Yes, that's a good way of doing it. Oh, get in. Really good stuff, that. Really good stuff. Exactly what we wanted, and it was an 840 Ci, not an 850. I correct myself. But that's another championship finished. Another championship finished here, and it's just got very bright in my room because the sun has just come baking in underneath my blinds. Anyway, a nice prize of 7 grand. Oh, God. Only just over 40 grand to our name. That's quite rough, isn't it? Let's assess where we're going to go from here, though, because this is quite an important pivotal point now, where we've completed the regional championships, we've completed all the special events up to the 4th lineup. The next options now are to go to some very serious tuned championships, or to go for the Pacific and European series. I'll show you the lineups. So we've completed that, and that. Now we go to the tuned NA car number 1 cup. The power limits here are ridiculous. Well, they're free. Oh my God. Look at the money. 50 grand, 50 grand, 50 grand. 7 grand for second place. That's harsh, isn't it? Now, we're not going to use race cars for that. That's big money as well. 5 races in that. 5 races in the Super Touring Trophy. I think that's going to be a bit less money though, isn't it? Yeah, 15 grand for those. 500 horsepower limit. And then, of course, the GT500 championships. Free in terms of the power bracket, though. I'm not going to go mad with that. We're going to use our GT500 car for that and our GT300 car for that. We're going to do that properly. But as an option against that, we go to the Gran Turismo League and we do the Euro League and the Pacific League. 3 races in each, 600 horsepower limits. I have no clue what cars they'd be. Let's just take a look. I imagine actually it's any sort of car from that region. And that's it, just road cars. But we'll see. They might have been racing modified. No, they're not. Okay, cool. So it's Jag XKR, TVR Cerberus. Okay, so just European cars, basically. Okay, we can deal with that. I think in the next episode we'll go for that then, the Euro League and then the Pacific League as well. But that is going to round out the episode here. At least we know where we're going to go, in what direction now with this series. Really enjoying myself on this at the moment. I cannot tell you how much I'm enjoying recording and editing this. Hope it's still enjoyable for you to watch as well. But thanks for watching this one, and I will see you again very, very soon.